Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Today we are going to be looking over the movie The Santa Claus. Not Santa Claus, but The Santa Claus. You see, there's a distinction. And well, what is this movie even about? Well, it's about this man named Scott Calvin, and well, he's not necessarily the best person, okay? He has a very hard time dealing with trying to see his kid and dealing with his ex-wife and her new boyfriend, and well, we kind of have a bit of a problem there. But one day, when he gets his kid to spend the night during Christmas, Santa Claus dies. Yeah, Santa Claus goes to their house, falls off the roof, and he's dead. Like, yeah, Santa Claus dies. Ha! Sorry, kids. That's just what happens. And well, later, what happens is Scott goes ahead and puts on Santa Claus's jolly old coat, and well, just by putting on the coat, he is forced to become Santa Claus, and a whole bunch of other stuff ensues. So, one of the best things that I love about this movie is with the story and the idea is that it's really, really creative. I couldn't really think of the idea of Santa Claus dying and then having his coat, whenever his coat is worn by someone else, that person becomes Santa Claus. Like, I didn't know that that could happen, and you gotta have some creative minds behind that in order to come up with something like that. That brings a question. Could there be a female Santa Claus? But that's besides the point. All I'm trying to say is that the story is very creative, and it takes some creative minds in order to come up with stuff like that. Another really good thing that I like is the performances. All the performances are very believable, and Tim Allen does an excellent job playing Santa Claus. And his kid, though not fantastic, he's really good for a child actor, and in a time where child actors were honestly pretty shit, if I'm being honest. The performances fit well with the movie, especially with the movie's tone. And that's another really good thing that I like, is the tone. The tone feels very whimsical, feels very happy, it feels just right. It feels very happy, and it's a feel-good movie, and that's what I like about it. It's a very, very comfortable movie to watch. Now, if I were to have any problem with this movie, it's a kind of a story element, more or less a plot hole. I wouldn't even say plot hole, it's just something that has bugged me with the movie. With the movie, when Santa Claus dies, it's on Christmas Day. And what happens, or on Christmas Eve, my bad, on Christmas Eve. And when Tim Allen puts on the coat, he's forced to become Santa Claus. But he doesn't become Santa Claus overnight and is forced to do everything then and there. He has to wait a year. And, well, over the course of that year, we see the progression of him turning into a bigger man with growing white hair for beard, and for a beard and growing white hair on his head. And, well, my problem with that is we aren't told that. We have to figure that out. And I mean, yes, you could say, oh, Brendan, you're just being lazy. You just wish that everything was told to you. Well, here's the thing. It was very confusing. And when Christmas came around for when it was his turn to fulfill the duties of being Santa Claus, I was kind of confused when I first saw the movie, because I was like, wasn't it Christmas like a day ago? And then all of a sudden I thought about it, and I was like, okay, never mind, this is a year after that. But it doesn't tell us, and therefore at times it's very confusing. But aside from that confusing tidbit, everything about this movie is very, very good. It's very fun to watch. It's very lighthearted. And because of it, I'm going to give The Santa Claus a 9 out of 10. Alright, so well, there we go. We just went over the movie The Santa Claus, and tomorrow we're going to look over its sequel. And I got some stuff to say about that one. Hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, whatever the heck time you're watching this, and I will see you next time.